Hi turnips, so today I'm going to show you guys how to make this super delicious orange macaron recipe, and it's a really easy recipe. But before we do that, this is a collaboration video with BakerGirlSteph, and on her channel she also did a citrus theme. She did the pink lemonade macaron. It's so delicious and so pretty that you guys definitely have to check it out, and don't forget to subscribe to her channel. So all the ingredients and measurements have been posted in the description box down below, so you guys can find that and check it out. So starting off with my egg whites, I'm going to whisk my egg whites until it's very cloudy, and once you guys see that it's very thick like cotton clouds, we are going to add in our granulated sugar at this point. So just add it all in one go, and we are going to continue whisking until we reach a very fine and stiff peak. And you guys will know it's stiff peaks when it shows a peak at the whisk. And another way of finding out if you guys have done this step correctly is if you guys flip your bowl over to the top, it should stick to the bowl and should not slide down. If it slides down, that means that your macaron needs a little bit more beating. So I added a drop of yellow food coloring and a drop of red food coloring. Usually for food coloring I recommend Wilton's and America colors because they're more concentrated and it's better. And I always go with gel food coloring over liquid food coloring every day because it's so much better and it would not affect the acidity of your egg whites. And since I want a more rich and luscious orange for my orange macaron, I decided to add a couple more drops of the red food coloring and the yellow food coloring. And perhaps one of the greatest thing about using gel food coloring is that you guys could be really flexible with colors. You guys can add a couple more drops. But for liquid food coloring, when you guys add too many liquid food coloring, it will become very watery and runny, and it's just not going to help your macaron batter at all. So even after all that mixing, you guys should still have stiff peaks. Since I'm back at home, my sister decided to splurge a little bit, and she's going to use pure orange extract from Macaron's brand. Macaron's is usually very expensive, so if there's alternative brands, I definitely recommend you guys using those kind of extracts. And we are going to whisk a little bit more just so that we could evenly distribute the extract into our egg whites. Now that that's all done, we are going to begin the next step. We are going to push all of our dry ingredients and pour it into our egg whites, and we are going to start folding. And then we are going to fold our ingredients together, and this is called the French meringue method. So this is one way of making macarons. The other way is called the Italian meringue method, where you guys heat up the sugar syrup and you guys pour it into the macaron batter. I personally find the French meringue method is much easier because one, I do not need to invest in a candy thermometer to heat the syrup to a certain temperature, and two, I think it's more flexible. But I think that the Italian meringue method would definitely give you a better result if you guys are not experienced with making macarons. So depending on your skill level and what you have, you guys can go with the French meringue method or the Italian meringue method. So once it's relatively combined, as you guys can see, you no longer see any bits of the dry ingredients, and we are next going to fold our macaron batter just to deflate it a little bit and look for the lava texture. The lava texture is when it drips back just a little bit. You guys do not want to over fold your macaron batter. That will cause your macaron to have no feet. And if you guys fold your macarons too little, that will cause the macarons to have really high feet and have so much air that it will cause the shells to crack. So that's not good if you guys overfold it or underfold it. So look for the right and correct texture. Now this is really good texture right here, and that's the lava texture you guys are looking for. And next we are going to pour our macaron batter into a piping bag. I usually recommend you guys get a bigger piping bag because even though it's a little bit more expensive, you guys could pipe more, especially if you guys plan on making big batches of macaron. And this video is not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but I wish it was. But yeah, I'm just using Coca-Cola's cup to hold my piping bag to make it easier for me to pipe later. And right here, as you guys can see, it's not my Martha Stewart silk pad, it is the Chico Chef silk pad. My sister got it from Amazon and it's relatively inexpensive, and compared to name brands, you guys could get a silk pad for relatively cheap, and it's definitely reusable, so it's environmental friendly. And I definitely recommend you guys get it if you guys are planning to bake a lot of macarons or a lot of cookies. And we are just going to pipe directly and gently onto the silk pad. Silk pad is a great way for you guys to substitute your parchment paper, because parchment paper adds up and it's very expensive in the long run. And another good tip is that you guys always want to pipe small, because macarons will spread out and leaves a lot of space in between the macarons, just so that in case they spread out too much, it doesn't overlap each other. And we are going to bang our cookie sheet just to release all the excess air bubbles. And we are going to bake these macarons in a preheated 300 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 90 minutes. And of course, if you guys fancy, you guys can be more than welcome to add some sprinkles. I'm adding some blue sugar sprinkles because that's what I have in my house right now. And I think they have a really beautiful contrast between the blue and the orangey yellow. So I think that's a really nice color combination, and you guys can sprinkle all over the place. So after letting cool and piping the macarons, they came out perfectly. I really love the way it came out. They're so nice and beautiful, and it's very vibrant. And you guys can definitely taste the orangey, fresh citrus scent and taste flavors. So if you guys love citrus, this is the macaron for you. I also wanted to give you guys a side view of the feet, because the feet is relatively even and it's really beautiful. It's not too high, it's not too small. I think it's just the perfect right size. So for those who are wondering what are those purple macarons on the left, those are taro macarons, and I gave them to my sister's co-workers and they absolutely adore those macarons. They love that flavor. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned and check it out on my channel. Hey turnips, I hope you guys enjoyed this super easy and delicious tutorial on how to make the orange macaron. And if you guys haven't done so, definitely hit that subscribe button so I can bring more sweetness to your life. And if you guys love citrus flavors, be sure to check over my collaboration with BakerGirlSteph, and her channel's linked right there. And she made the pink lemonade macaron. It's so pretty and so delicious that you guys have to subscribe to her channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!